Hi, I'm Danny of Pocket Admin and the Pink Collar Professional blog. I thought I'd do just a really quick demonstration of using Canva for something like a social media meme. So this is Canva, as you can see. Now I do have a paid subscription, but it really only just adds things like some extra pictures and fonts and stuff. So what you're going to see is pretty much what you get with the free version of Canva as well. So you can create your own design or like from scratch using custom dimensions there, or you can use one of their templates. So what we'll do is, I think I like to use social media one, which is 800 by 800. It just means that when they thumbnail it to put it on social media, it doesn't chop anything off. They can still see it exactly as it is. So just open that. Now, as you can see, they do have like a template section here, right? And you can do that. That's awesome. I don't know, I just keep it simple and I do it myself. So basically, if you want to do one from scratch, you start with the text. If it's really simple, then you can type it in that pre-existing section that they've put there. I like to balance it a bit. So if it's something that can be split, you know, a particular word highlighted or a particular sentence that can stand out, I like to do it in a different font. And you want to balance your more fancy fonts with your plain ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to add, I'll leave that there, but we'll add another text section. So we come over here to text, click that. We're going to add a heading. Okay. And it doesn't really matter which one of those you pick, if I'm honest. It can be any of those, because then what you can do is come here and then you can go through all their fonts and pick what you want. So what I'm going to do is the standout sentence, I'm going to just leave it as whitelist. So that's one that I've picked and set as you know, my standard heading font. But you can just go through and find whatever you like. So I'm just going to leave it as is. And we're going to do our first sentence. Right, so obviously motivational and whatnot, it's a meme. Reach for the stars. And then we're going to have this text here, which I don't want as open sans. I'm going to change it to railway, which is one of my standard fonts. I'm going to shrink the size down a bit to start with until I get a feel for it all. So we'll just put it as 36. And then I'm going to put the rest of my meme typing in. That's that. Now you kind of, because that's the standout, you do want it to be a bit bigger than the other one. So I'm going to come over here, try for a 64 and expand it. Okay, but you do the main part of the tweaking later on. So now obviously that's the base of it all. I mean, this is what you want to start working around, which is what it is you're trying to say. So what you want to do then, you can do lots of different ways, whether you just want to have it plain and choose a colour. So if you've just got the background selected up here, you can choose your background colour and you can say, I want it to be whatever colour. If you don't have a colour here that you want, you can type here, blue, and you can find one that you really like, right? So that's how you find your colours. Otherwise, if you want to have a picture, which I like to do, go to your photos over here, and it'll bring up, you know, the trending ones. It's got ones that I've recently used, which, as you can see, I admit I've had a little bit of a squeeze before I came in. So, but we'll do a search, okay, and we're going to search for reach because we're reaching for the stars. So that's something, you just pick the keyword and try and find something related to it, and lo and behold, there's the picture I want. Now, as I said before, what is available to you on Canva depends on whether you've got, you know, paid access or not. So a lot of them are free. You can narrow it down by saying, I want to only see the free ones. Otherwise, it'll show ones that might say premium with a $sign. And even I still get those ones, and you might have to pay $1 or something for those. So So we're going to go for this one anyway. So we just click on that. Now what we want to do is fill the screen. So I'll just drag it up there a bit, grab that corner, hold and pull, right, and fill the screen like that. And that looks pretty good to me. And because you've filled the entire screen, it automatically sets it as the background, right? If you want to adjust it at all, you just double click on that background. Okay. As you can see, the words don't really stand out. So this is when you can do things like change the colors. So you might say, I want to have a white font. So select the font, put a text box, and white. Okay. Another thing that you can do is just make that photo a little bit more faded in appearance to really make that text pop a bit. So what you can do is go over here to elements. Now this is where you're going to find shapes and stuff like that. You've got frames, you've got grids, all kinds of stuff. I'd like really get in and explore because Canva's got so much cool stuff. But what you really want for this is a shape. We're looking at square. So you can go, okay, I want the square, or if you need to, you can search for rectangle or square, because they're adjustable. If you get a rectangle, it doesn't really matter, right? So there you go. You bring it up and it's, you know, covering everything up. That's okay. So we're going to get it to the size that we want. I like to have that little bit on the sides there that's not covered by it sometimes because it just adds a little bit of interest, and I'll show you what I mean. So obviously we don't want it to look like that because then what's the point of having a backing picture? So you come up here and you can see that's transparency. Click on that and you can do that and really bring it down. Okay, it doesn't have to be white because the background for this is very dark. You might want to go with a black one, right? So that it blends a bit better. So, and obviously you don't want the words to be behind it because you want the words to be the thing that pops, because when people look at it, yeah, you want to have that backing image, but you want to have those words as the main focus, right? So what you do is you've got this one which is currently the top layer. You can just go up here to position and send it backwards. Backwards like that. Right, now I can, that was not what I meant to do. We can adjust that, right, make that a little bit wider, position things. So I'm just clicking and dragging. Okay, you can do other things as well. So, you know, if you want to have some kind of a border, then again, you can come up here where you've done your search for your elements and you can grab yourself the outline like that, but I don't know that I need it for this. There's all kinds of things that you can do to make it interesting. So you can add your logo. So when you have a logo, you can actually just click and drag it straight onto the screen from somewhere else, which I've done previously, or you can upload it. So you come over here to uploads. Oh, come on. Are you going to work? No, you're not. Don't do this to me. It stopped working. Right, sorry about that. So you come over here to uploads, and that's where you can find where you've previously uploaded things, or you can choose upload an image. So I've already done that, but basically it's the same as any other program you use, upload, and then you find what you want. So I might want to add like a Pocket Admin logo, or like this one that I've created, which is specifically my web address I like to put on my memes. And you can either just click it for it to appear, or you can drag it over there. I shrink it down to the size I want, position it. I like to put, and most people do like to put their logos, you know, bottom like that or in a corner. It just depends how it looks, how it all balances. And there you have it. You have your meme. So based on the first thing you typed, it'll have created a name for you. You can obviously change that name if you want by just clicking in there, highlighting. Over here under File, you can do Save. And then it's ready to go. So you can go Download. You want it to be a PNG for a really good quality one, or you can choose JPEG, which is awesome. You can do PD, you can do all sorts of stuff, but PNG is fine. And then just download it. And that's it. It's all yours. So have a play on Canva, because I could get lost in that place forever. I just love it. And it's an amazing resource for small business. Thanks for listening.